Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, managed to claim both legendary trains from the event itself and get first in the third competition. So definitely something really happy to share here. Of course, it all made possible by the fact that first we got that legendary train using the 4,000 event keys in order to win the competition. And of course, with 3 competitions being won, first 3 times, there'll be 900 event coins entry out those mini challenges itself, and sometimes with the Wheel of Fortune we managed to get more than 1,000 event coins, and that allows us to claim that second legendary train. All right, so sharing with you really some happiness here as well. You can see those mini challenges, sometimes you get a bit of more coins if really you're short of those. So at this juncture, not getting really good results was always at third. That was before I managed to claim that legendary train of 4,000 event keys. So if you're wondering how do I get so many event keys, it's basically you use those doc tags and then you exchange it for 150 event keys. So in the exchange rate currently is 80 doc tags into 150 event keys. And of course, from the start to end, I've not exchanged any of the rare trains or common trains using those keys, or neither had I exchanged a 2,500 event key epic train as well. So all this comes into really a lot of determination in saving up to the 4,000 event keys. So once you get the 4,000 event keys, you will be able to exchange that precious legendary train, the one and only one. And of course, I've stored up a lot of gold parts and gold coins in order to upgrade it as much as possible. It's relatively important to upgrade to at least 60 because a lot of the 100 EP jobs require 60 items to be delivered. So in that context, every hour, if you are lucky, you may be able to generate 100 EP, and that's how I managed to climb the EP ranking chart. All right, so of course, happy news to share with you once more as the epic train. I found another epic train in India. This is really difficult, I must say, and really lucky using 100 event keys. Actually not event keys, 100 metal keys. All right, so getting this epic train is really very lucky for me. So I'm now really short of the gold trains and purple trains in India. The white ones and the blue ones are all claimed. So this new purple train comes on board, really happy. And of course, missing 3 legendaries and 1 more epic to go for the full collection in Indian fleet itself. All right, so and of course, I got to go back to the fact that if you are thinking of using the dock tags to claim that rare train, I think that rare train is really beautiful train, I must say. But in terms of you think you're winning competition, then probably you give it a miss currently. And this is the one that you should be claiming instead, which is 1,000 or actually 4,000 event keys, so that you can claim the second one I'm talking about, which is by winning competitions, which I'll show you later part of this video. So this DRB 01.10 is really doing a great favor. Not only I managed to upgrade it to I think near 60. So at this juncture, when I send this train out for the delivery, I would need at least 2 hours per 100 EP. But of course, like I said, too early before you can get 100 EP, you must clear that delivery item, which currently doesn't mention any EP at all. We just mentioned some gold parts. Once you go past that, the 100 EP job would appear, and you're just going to keep on going and focusing everything you could, and even spending gems if you need to get that 100 EP jobs out. So with that 100 EP job out, what we're going to do is really keep on focusing on doing it, because just imagine this: every single job that you generate 100 EP is equivalent to 2 or 3 of the other jobs. And in terms of the returns, I think it's really a very good return. with the ROI, right? Sorry, bit of a financial here, return investment. If you returned with very small quantity to be delivered, but the return of 100 EP is so much bigger in terms of ROI versus the rest of the jobs that you may have to deliver a few hundred of the items, and the return on that investment or that delivery is so tiny because it's just 30 EP. So the ROI for the 100 EP is so much higher compared to the 30 or 40 EP jobs. So it really, if you need to, just focus on the 100 EP quantities to be delivered. And of course, I have tons and tons of those medic packs and stretchers and whatnot delivered to be delivered. But all this takes a lot of time to basically build up this inventory. And I've been building it up because Pixar have been trying to be very difficult with me because they've been asking a lot of non-event items, and I need time to build it. That's why I've been lagging behind the first two players. I'm third place for a long, long time because of the pixels. I don't know. Probably at the back end, there's some algorithm they're able to read the items I don't have. Then they keep on asking for those items I don't have, which is non-event items. This is very frustrating because this is an event, and we've been building event items in pending or hoping that they'll be asking for event items, but they keep on asking the non-event items. That's really frustrating. And not only that, like I said, they'll be asking those event items or non-event items, pardon me, or that you don't have. So that is really a double jeopardy because you'll be storing up those event items, eating your tiny warehouse space that I have. At the same time, I don't have ability to maneuver by collecting raw materials to build the non-event items that are being asked for, which I don't have. So it is really a double whammy. So in that context, a lot of times I may have to dispose manufactured products. Of course, I'm not going to dispose those event manufactured products, but rather the non-event ones like tables and whatever. I just got to dispose them from the warehouse in order to make space for collection of raw materials, right? So it is really painful. And I must say that this legendary that comes on board with the 100 EP, it allows me to chase back the position that I wanted, which is the first spot within about 5 hours or so. So it is relatively long time, especially when you're running out of time. But I'm really lucky. Managed to get the legendary train on the onset of the competition rather than at the tail end. I once had this legendary train only collected the tail end, and there wouldn't be sufficient runway to chase back the losses that I've incurred in terms of ranking. But with this time, the sufficient time and runway, we managed to push it up to the ranking chart to the first, and we create a huge gap, near to 1,000 EP gap. So you can imagine that it is really daunting for the second place because it's impossible to chase after me because I'm using every time 100 EP generation, whereas they've been generating like 40 EP if they're lucky to get in an hour. So it's definitely a long chase, almost an impossible chase in my opinion. So I'm really fortunate in that context, but nonetheless, I'm not too sure whether they'll be spending tons of gems. So I wouldn't dare to actually exchange the gold coin, or also called the event coin, for some gold. But only at the last moment when I finished the whole competition there, I dared to exchange it. And anyway, it comes in good hands, those gold coins. I managed to upgrade the train, which is a legendary train, to 66 eventually. So I'm hoping to exchange for 80 so that eventually when the gold mine is open in India, I'll definitely need to unlock that gold mine. It takes a while because region jobs takes a long while to do, especially a focus on events itself. So once the events are off, I focus back on Indian jobs, and then I'll get the jobs in India done, and I've got to unlock that gold mine. And I must already have that 80 capacity legendary train to get the maximum amount of gold every 4 hourly. So that's what I meant. And if possible, I'm going to upgrade the second legendary train to 80 capacity as well. I'm going to put it in to the logistics warehouse, which then it can collect the region 13 raw materials straight away using those logistics center. but with a very good train, which is the 80 capacity train. But again, once I put it into 80 capacity train and it's gone in the logic center, I can't use it. So some things that you gotta really toy about sometimes. So gotta think through what you really want to put it in. Do you really want to put it 80 legendary, or actually you think about it maybe a 40 or 60 EP, also called 40 or 60 capacity epic train will do. So that's what I did for some of the regions, and it was doing well as well. It's just that the capacity of those trains to getting the raw materials would be tinier, but nonetheless, it still do the trick, because actually you can spend some gold and expand it, the fleet, to 2 or 3 trains to be used in the logic center. So that would help. And I must always emphasize the importance of logic centered investments, because you get your item instantaneously like this, all right? So it's important, you must have that. Then at the same time, I always emphasize the importance of increasing the capacity of trains, not only for gold, but for basically everything, the collection of raw materials, delivery of finished products, and whatnot. So that's the train and the fleet size. And of course, you'll be asking, especially some of the people that are really interested in getting into this region, India, which is the current region I'm in, and they're asking about how fast, or what's the fastest way to upgrade their levels, and even eventually crossing a new region. Actually, I'm always giving the same advice, which is don't do that, because you'll have a very weak foundation, and with very weak foundation in terms of the fleet, you do you no good. Because eventually, if you think about it, this train station game is about one, of course, to play and to strategize and enjoy the success in winning competitions and whatnot. But the second thing about this is about really train collection. So if you would leave with a lot of regrets if you move on to the new region without fulfilling the collection in the current region that you are in. Once you move to a new region, there's no way you can get back the current region or the previous region trains, unless you wait for twice a year, seaport event, or sometimes they call it the airport events, that gives you some chance of opening containers from the previous region. Only then you'll be able to collect those missing ones. And again, there's no guarantee, because you're getting tons and tons of duplicates of those trains, and you're not getting that missing one, because they want you to spend real money and exchange for gems to get it. So again, I urge you not to speed up your progressions in terms of leveling up, but rather enjoy the best you can in the current region you are in, because that's the best moment. As you progress further into the new regions, although it's exciting to look at a new map, new stuff, new building, new trains, it's just getting harder. Every single upgrade is a pain, because it's so cheap to upgrade trains in region 1, 2, 3, or even 4 and 5. But once you cross over to region 6 onwards, it's a pain, and you'll be crying every time you make a upgrade to the train, because it costs so much and it's so difficult to get those precious parts and go. That's how Pixel is trying to squeeze every single dollar from your pockets. But I'm not into that. I always advocate free to play. If you're asking, or if you're unaware, I've not paid a single cent for this game, so I'm always an advocate for free to play. If I could do it and I reach the current region I'm in without spending a single cent, I'm sure you can as well. So don't need to pay a single cent to play this free game. If you lose competition, that's perfectly fine. There are tons and tons of events, and basically competitions comes about like 6 competitions per event. So you'll be totally event fatigued and competition fatigued, right? So, all right. So we have won these competitions again. Third won first place, and this is the precious LMS 10,000. Been working so hard for. 1,000 gold coin or event coin goes into this, and of course now it's time for me to exchange the balance of that event gold coin into really gold coins that I wanted to upgrade the train. And I'm not going to upgrade the LMS 10,000, but rather the DRB 01.10 as high as possible, which I'm telling you 66. All right, so with that, we will basically be short of 14 more upgrades. It will be very painful. Maybe it takes me weeks or months to get it done. before, but again, hurry for that, because I wouldn't have any gold mine in India right now. It will take me a while to unlock that gold mine eventually, and by then I should already have the 80 capacity legendary train. Alright, so back to this event. Currently, this event map is 100% complete, and really going to show you that as well. So 100% completion of the event map. Not going to do anything good because it just means things get tougher, deliveries get tougher. But the fact that we have 2 legendaries, hoping to be able to do well in that. Alright, so there seems to be a promotion in the company rank, but just a bit of those parts. It's not really useful, common parts. All right, so easily 1400 EP gap that you saw just now. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Quite a long video though. Thank you for your support, and good luck for your 4th competition. Goodbye.